How y'all doing? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a review slash tour on this bag that I've literally seen for years but never actually considered having one. And it is the Louis Vuitton Mahina Hobo. Sorry, I don't have it connected. Mahina Hobo. Now, I want to tell you, well, actually, no, sorry. Before I jump in, I just want to bring your attention to the link in the description of this video. I do live sales every week, multiple live sales a week, and I would love for you to, help me get straight. I would love for you to join my tribe, and if you click that link in the bio, you can, or in the description, you can literally follow me on all social platforms. My website's on there, and also the link to download my mobile app in Apple and Android. So I would love for you to join me. So anyway, when you get a chance, to circle back around and check all that out. Okay, anyway, again, this is the Mahina Hobo Louis Vuitton, and it's obviously in the color black. And you have, okay, so if you're not familiar with the Mahina line, it's this super luxurious leather. It's a textured leather, but you can also see the monogram print is perforated. So let me get you just the best. I don't know, it's kind of hard to actually see. When you put it up against the light, it's a little hard to see the monogram. There you go. So see, you can see the monogram. So it's like in your face, but not in your face, if that makes sense. Okay, you can clearly see. People who know, but if you don't know, you're just thinking it's just a regular, you know, big black hobo bag. I also have one available actually in the brown color, and they are the same size. Now, here's the thing, okay? So I know that there for sure is a smaller size, and I think there might be a bigger size, okay? This one actually said, when I got it, it said XL, but it's the same exact size as this one. And this one actually came, even though it is available on my website, it's on consignment, but it came from What Goes Around Comes Around, and they actually have the style as large. So I did some research on my own, and honestly, it was inconsistent. Some of these measurements of these two bags that are identical said XL, some of them said large. I'm not exactly sure. I just know that there is a decent video by a gal who, I don't think she makes videos anymore, but I think it's like BJ Taylor, and she does a review on the smaller size. And then there's another gal, and I can't think of her name either. It's like Lux Mommy or something like that. No, it's not Lux Mommy. That's somebody else. Anyway, it's somebody else, and she actually does a review, which I believe is this size, which I think she was saying, okay, I don't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me give you the measurements though, because you can see this is like a true hobo in every sense of the word. It's super slouchy, super squishy. It's a puddle. It is. You put it down on the ground, and this thing is just a puddle. And normally I'm not even attracted to bags like this when I think they're too slouchy or whatever, but I don't know, for some reason I was like really ready to just try, you know, to get one and just try it. Okay, so if you're measuring just this piece, okay, just that piece at the bottom, and I literally measured from the very end because it kind of like zhuzhes, you know, what's called rouging, but it kind of like squinches up right here. It doesn't do anything. It's just really for looks is all it is. But if you're measuring just the piece right here, all the way from end to end, it is 16 inches, okay? If you don't have this piece here, because look, in the middle, you've got this little connector thing, and I'll demonstrate it in just a minute, but if you take it off and you're not connecting the sides, see, see, if you're unconnecting this, okay, and you're measuring the widest point, well, then you're going to have, like if I put this down, and I basically just laid it down and I just measured the widest point, and it's like 22 inches wide, okay? And then as far as the height, I just measured right here at the top, not up here because this doesn't count, but right here, all the way down just to the bottom right here where the little piping starts, that's 12 inches. And then again, if you're just measuring the piece right here, it is, so it's like 8 inches deep, but really it's 8 plus, because clearly it, you know, I mean, look at that. That goes from 8 inches to like, you know, infinity, right? And again, this piece here is only to connect, to pull the sides in together. So, all right, so you can kind of see what's going on here. It's super fancy, and it's my understanding that they actually discontinued this bag, according to BJ Taylor's video. I think she said 2015 or 2013, so I don't remember exactly. I watched it like last week, but it's one of those two time frames when they were discontinued. And it's kind of sad because this Mahina line is actually great, but most of the bags in the Mahina line are pretty slouchy. I didn't realize this one was like this excessively you know, there was this much slouch to it until I got this one, you know, again on consignment, and I was like, you know what, I'll just check it out. I carried it for a day just to kind of see what it was like, and it definitely is. I mean, this one's empty, and so see, it's just, you know, and the thing is because it's a Hobo, it's like, it's going to be too hard to put a bag organizer in it, okay? I mean, I guess you can if you want. So if you don't have it connected, this is what it looks like, okay? It opens up really wide, and honestly, even if you do have it connected, you can still get stuff in and out of it. So you've got the rolled handles, you have these nice little fancy chaps with the kind of rounded rivets here, nice fancy hardware. I've never been a fan or drawn to bags that have this kind of closure. I stay away from them because I really felt like it'd make them hard to get into, and so I've never really been attracted to this, like bags that close like this. But again, I don't know, whenever I was showing the brown one day during one of the live sales, I was like, you know what, you can take, you know, you can obviously unconnect it here, and then just kind of, okay, not with one hand you can't, and then you can basically just unconnect it, and then you can just let it rest inside that pocket there. So let me show you the inside. So this one, and I do have some stuff in here because I am carrying this one, but also have some stuff to demonstrate. Because it's so slouchy when you put it down, you're going to be better to have something bigger in it like this. And again, I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. This item actually is available on my website too. It's a consignment item, but it's just one big pouch. So if you didn't want to use an organizer, you would want to use something like this to just kind of house everything, right? So I actually use my pochettes. I use a couple of things in here. And then I have my zippy wallet, just the regular zippy wallet in the black multicolor. And then I have a few, like, just, I'm not really doing a what's in my bag. I just wanted to take all this stuff out so I could show you. Okay, so the inside is a dark brown Alcantara type. And no, actually, you know what? I think this one is actually suede, now that I think about it. I think that gal, no. BJ Taylor said in her video that it was Alcantara. I'm going to be honest. I'm not exactly sure. But it is really nice. It's nice. And even the bag, I know you're probably looking at it going, man, is it heavy when it's empty? Believe it or not, it's not as heavy as you would think being empty. It's not really any heavier than, let's say, a Neverfull GM when it's empty. I mean, I know, you're probably going, what? But seriously, it's not. It's not super heavy leather. You know, I guess that's why it's so slouchy. And so you do have this nice design here on the side. You know, you can adjust these if you want to, but it's not really going to make a difference. At least not anything significant. You might get a little bit, I think she said, yeah, see, I don't know. I think it's actually sewn like this. Like the buckle isn't what makes it zhuzh. It's like, it's sewn like that. So it's really just more for decoration. Okay, and then of course on the other side, same thing. Often you'll see these pieces on the pre-loved ones. You'll see this, you'll see them sticking up. And this is actually a perfect example. This one's doing that. Like it's a kind of a stinker. Now you can retrain it. You can put some mild heat on it and you can kind of retrain it. But this one just so happened that, you know, I guess it was stored properly in a way that it doesn't do that. So it didn't keep me from like not using the bag. I'm just saying, I noticed that. And then here's the back side. So it's just the other side of that buckle. Okay. So anyway, back to the inside. So you've got the dark brown Alcantara lining, but it really does kind of sound and feel like suede. And you just have one slip pocket here on the back. Okay, you do have a D-ring. You have a D-ring right there. And one zip pocket. Now this zip pocket on the back is big. It's really big. I just kind of put a lot of my smaller things in there. But I wanted to show you, actually I don't remember if it's a full-size wallet or not. Let's see. If it's a full-size wallet, up and down, but it's not gonna clear the zipper. Like, see, it's gonna stick out. Let me see if it goes sideways. It does. So you could put a full-size wallet in there, any full-size wallet that's the traditional measurements of like a 7x4 is going to fit in that back pocket, and it is going to, you know, you'll be able to zip it. So that way, if you're worried because, you know, it is so slouchy when you put it down, it almost just kind of like guts be hanging out. It's kind of like that. So if you're concerned about that with your wallet, you could make sure you keep your wallet inside that one pocket there and not worry about it. Now, I will tell you that it seems like you can control the bag better whenever you have it attached. So like right now, I'm just showing you I don't have that piece attached, right? It's just kind of out like this. And so what I noticed is that if you don't have that attached, but maybe just tucked in, and you set it down on the ground, it really does kind of go like this, and so your stuff can be exposed. But I just kind of was messing around with it just to see because I was afraid this was going to get in my way. But it really doesn't actually get in the way too much, just because the bag is so big. You can, now if you're using something like this, you're not going to be able to get this in and out. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, if you wanted to have that unattached, then you'd want something like this to be on the inside to house everything. But, you know, I use my accessory pochette, which is like this size. And that way I just have a couple of things in here. And, you know, you're not, I mean, it is a black hole. I mean, well, in this case, it's a brown hole. But literally, it is very loosey-goosey. There's no, like, real organization. It could be kind of annoying and frustrating. Again, this is a bag that I literally would, like, I've never been drawn to, never thought that I would want to carry it. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm kind of, like, just in this vibe of wanting to have this black hobo, but not wanting it to be, like, super in your face that it's Louis Vuitton, okay? And, I don't know, I like it. It's not that heavy. It's like a hobo tote because there's so much room. So if you have this connected, it is going to be a little bit harder. I mean, you still can. It's very roomy. You can see, look, you can still get in either side of this strap here. But if you take it off, if you decide to unconnect it, then clearly you've got even more room. So what I like about it, like for example, over the weekend, I was doing a little bit of shopping, and I wasn't buying anything big, but it was just like smaller sacks that I could just kind of toss in here like I would a tote. Okay, I would just have that on here. And it's pretty, I mean, I feel like it's pretty comfortable on your shoulder. I mean, they are just kind of your normal rolled handles. You know, it does have brown glazing that matches that interior. But like I said, what I noticed though is just that when you set it down and you don't have it connected, it's pretty much going to be like this. And your stuff, I mean, you can see like the stuff, like this is how it is. It's literally a puddle. And I guess you just have to ask yourself, can you deal with that? Or unless you just want to keep it hung up, you know, I don't know, if some kind of hook or something, but I don't really care about that. But again, if you've got that thing connected, that little strap, then it definitely is a little easier to manage. I'm not going to be one to just be connecting this outside piece, you know, all the time. I'm just going to keep it tucked into that pocket. And then, you know, that's just kind of how I'm going to roll with it. But like I said, I have been carrying it with it connected. And I do notice that I can get in and out of it because there's plenty of room. It's the bigger size, plenty of room, you know. And another reason why I think that you should consider possibly, or why I would recommend maybe carrying something like a bigger size clutch inside of it, is just so that, you know, you only have minimal pieces. Because if you are just kind of digging in your bag based on feel, then you know, okay, yeah, that's my wallet. Okay, so like in my case, you know, I have the pochette and then I have the wallet. I keep these smaller things here, like in my little side zipper pocket, so I don't have to worry. I know what those are. And my little cigarette etui, I have that in here. And so I can put those things in that pocket, and I'm feeling around, I know what they feel like, so I don't have to worry about actually looking. And then, of course, my keys. I definitely keep my keys and my phone in that side pocket. That way I'm not, you know, again, I'm not like digging just, I don't know, blindly for everything. So anyway, again, this is the Mahina Hobo. Some sites might show, based on the measurements, that it's an XL, and some sites might show that it's a large. I showed you on the one that I have right now on my website, the brown one. It has that card from What Goes Around Comes Around, and it says large. But again, I ordered mine said XL, and they're the same size. So I just didn't want to get the smaller one. Even though the smaller one is pretty roomy, it's going to be, I don't remember if they called it a medium or so, I don't remember now. But anyway, it still was a pretty, you know, decent sized bag. But I don't know, I had just tried this one for a day and was like, you know what, I like the style. I do like the style. I just wanted to get it in black. And there's also a really nice color. It's like a metallic bronze, or no, it's not actually bronze. It's like a metallic champagne color, and it's so pretty. And I actually was kind of torn, but I just went ahead and got my normal go-to, which is black. And like I said, you know, you can see that it's a nice nice hobo, but it doesn't scream Louis Vuitton. And even on the brown one, you can still see that this one, to me, you can see the monogram a little bit better than you can on the black. See, on the black one, it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot more muted on the black than it is on the brown. But I do like both of them. They're both obviously going to be great for fall. I mean, they're both neutral colors, so you could actually just wear it all year round. But I don't know, I'm giving this one a shot for a while. Before this, I was carrying that Gucci little, I think, what was it, the Boston bag. And I don't know, I was just kind of going back to this. I tried a couple of other Mahina styles, and I settled on this one. Completely out of my normal, like what I would get, like something I'm not typically drawn to, just the the over slouchy, you know, slouchiness of it and everything else. But I don't know, I think it's pretty swag. So anyway, okay, so don't forget, go back to the description of this video when you're done. Click on that link and make sure that you're following me on all my social platforms, That Crazy Handbag Lady. That's also the name of my website, That Crazy Handbag Lady, and the name of my mobile app in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. So I hope to see you in one of my live sales coming up soon. Okay, bye!